Hello and what is up guys, Jack here, and today I'm going to be showing you a full winter upgrade team. So this is using the first and second batch of winter upgrades that EA have finally brung out, and they come out last night, which was a Thursday night. It's currently Friday. This should be up on Saturday morning for you guys. But before we get into the team, if you want to go and check out FIFA coins today for some cheap Ultimate Team coins, the link will be in the description. That'd be fantastic. You can use 10% off with the discount code EzekielG. The discount code will also be in the description. So without further ado guys, I'm literally just going to go through it, give you my opinions on how they played, and then we're going to see some goals right at the end of the squad builder. So don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So the first goalkeeper we're going to bring into this team is going to be Szczesny, and I forgot to mention actually this is going to be for around about 50,000 coins or less. Obviously the price is going to change very quickly because upgraded players sell for a lot of coins when they first come out and then they go down very quickly. So this is BPL only. So in goal we have Szczesny. He's gone from a 79 to an 80, and yeah, so he's 6'5", and to be honest guys, he doesn't really feel like he's improved much. I've played 6 games with this team. He hasn't made particularly great saves, and he has made some really bad saves basically. Well, you know, the opposite, he actually hasn't made great saves, if that makes sense. So there's times where someone would cross in the ball and he would just let it go, and it'd be like, well, what are you doing? It literally just went over your head right there. So yeah, it's quite hard to basically do a squad on this team, but he costs 950 coins, and the next 2 centre backs we're going to go for, there's only 3 centre backs that got upgraded in the winter transfers, and the 2 of them I'm going to use is mertsacker and koscielny. So let's bring them both in at the same time so we can talk about them. One of which is good, and which you can probably guess is koscielny. He has been upgraded, I think, from an 81 to an 83. I think his pace went up by 1, and his other stats kind of went up by 1 or 2 here and there. And you generally can feel that he's actually pretty good, and he has had a slight upgrade. His pace, you know, it's not noticeable that he's got a pace upgrade really, but it's just nice to see, and he plays pretty well. Anyway, the next player obviously is not koscielny, mertsacker, and yeah, he's pretty awful. He's got 35 pace, but his defending stats is pretty good, and his heading stats are decent because he's so tall. He's 6'6". But the only other player, the other centre back in the winter transfers from the BPL league, was a player called Lovren. I believe it was. If there was any more, then it must have been my mistake. But these are the only 2 from the BPL that I could find basically. So yeah, obviously they're going to get strong links, all these 3 players, which is quite good, but mertsacker's pace is quite low, and if you're going to kind of come up against anyone with 80 plus pace, he kind of gets stranded very quickly, so you need to position him very well. So next player we're going to go into is the left back, which is going to be Luke Shaw, and he's the most expensive player of this team. He cost me 28,500 coins, and he's kind of going down in price quite quickly. He'll probably be like 25,000 in a week's time, and so on and so forth, until he gets to about 10,000 coins, which is probably where he should be, because he is a silver, and he's a very good silver player. For, you know, your seasons matches, you're probably gonna just want someone like Clichy or something like that, but he's still a good player, and yeah, he's not going down in price as quickly as the others, so you could build a team, have it for a couple of days and sell him and not lose too much, which is quite cool. He's got 84 pace, 76 dribbling and 75 defending, as well as 65 heading, and he's quite tall actually. He's 6'1", so his 65 heading isn't too bad. Not really much else to say about him. He's a pretty decent player, and you could obviously put him into an English squad as well, which would be quite cool. The next player is going to be, and yes, it will be another Arsenal player, so that might give it away. It's going to be a centre mid. I haven't put a CDM card on him because I wanted to show you guys that he is naturally a centre mid, but he should get max chemistry because it says on a foothead that he should. But anyway, we'll see about that. So he's got 71 pace, 76 shooting, 81 passing, 81 dribbling and 72 defending, and he's got a high work rate, so he plays okay. I'm not gonna say that he's amazing now that he's got this upgrade, but I think he went from like a 77 or 78 to an 81, so he got quite a big upgrade, so he should be a lot better than he was. Yeah, generally a good player. He does need a little bit more pace. I'd say probably like a 76 or more would have done nicely, but his pace does let him down a little bit. Shooting wise and, you know, stuff like that, he's okay. But in the 6 games I played, I didn't score a goal. I only got 1 assist with him, so can't really rave about him too much. On the right back we have Coleman. So he was a silver player, he now is a gold player, gold non-rare, so that means it's going to be quite cheap. The reason he's expensive now, I think he was in the first batch, so it's been quite a while, like a week or 2. The reason why it's so expensive is because of the Irish Cup, which is hasn't happened yet, I believe. So that's why it's still quite expensive, because he's Irish, pretty much. He's quite a decent player as well, though. He stands at 5'10", 83 pace, 76 dribbling and 76 defending, as well as 74 passing. He's a decent player, you know. Definitely not worth 2,200 coins. That's just because the Irish Cup, as I said. Now the next player is going to be a right wing position, and this player was surprisingly, out of all the players I put in this team, actually played pretty well, and it's going to be the right wing Sterling. So he was in the second batch, and he's gone from a 76 to a 77. Not really noticeable that he's had an upgrade, to be honest. His shooting has gone up slightly, I believe, and you know, stuff like dribbling has probably gone up by like 1. I can't actually remember, but he plays quite well in the right wing or the right mid position, and he can cross in now with his right foot, which is cool. Even though I've got no assists with him, it was quite effective, and he was quite good at finding space, and obviously he's got 4-star skill as well, with 91 pace, which is quite nice. So yeah, he does play pretty well. 4 games scored in 6 games. One of those games he actually got a hat-trick, so that's why he got so many goals pretty much. But yeah, he's quite a decent player actually. So next player is going to be a giaccherini. Obviously he's got an Italian name, probably got the pronunciation wrong, but he's in the first batch. He's now a non-rare gold in the left mid position. I think he was a central midfielder or a cam or something like that. He was central anyway. Now he's on the left mid, and I've got to say, he does not suit this role for me. He just feels like, yeah, definitely a central kind of player. He doesn't feel like he's got the pace or strength to be on the wing, really. He's got none of those 2 attributes I mentioned there. So he's got 83 dribbling, which is nice. He's got 78 passing, which is also nice. But apart from that, he kind of feels just out of place. He's only got 80 pace, and for a 5'6" fella, that's not really a lot of pace. That's like having 70 pace on a 6-foot guy. You know, it's pretty ineffective at getting past people. So you're gonna have to really outplay people with passing with him, basically. The next player is going to be Barkley, and I think he was a silver player. I may have got this wrong. He's got the same year of birthday as me, so he's quite a young player. He's got 80 pace, 80 dribbling. He's got 4-star weak foot. I was going to say skill then, but he feels quite strong on the ball. He's 6'2", as I said. Now he's got 80 pace at standing at 6'2", so he feels a lot stronger than giaccherini, if that's how you pronounce his name. So yeah, he feels actually pretty decent, although his passing does lack a little bit, and his shooting does slack a little bit as well, which would be better as in the cam position. He gets into a good position, but he just hasn't got that end product I find in this team. Now, the last 2 strikers are going to be Negredo and Remy. I'm going to put them both in at the same time because they are an attacking force together, aren't they? So let's talk about them together. They work pretty well together. Obviously, Negredo is of the slower kind, and Remy is more of he kind of makes the runs and stuff like that, and he's not got as great shooting as Negredo. Negredo's got better finishing and stuff like that, but only scored 3 goals in 6 games, which is surprising because I heard really good things about this guy on his 83 card anyway, so it's quite surprising. He's got 83 shooting. I think he had, like, you know, really high 80s on finishing or low 90s or something like that, so his shooting is good. It's just I struggled, maybe it's the formation, I struggled to get into the right position, but he's got good heading as well, and there was so many times, at least 3 or 4 different chances in these 6 games I played, that he probably should have scored a header, but it was just a good save, or, you know, something like a player got in the way luckily or something like that. I'm just giving my honest opinion. I think he would have scored a good 2 or 3 more goals, just got a little bit unlucky. Now Remy, on the other hand, as you can see, he only scored 1 goal. And now, as a strike force together, these two look like they could score a lot of headers, and I don't actually recall scoring 1 header from a sweaty cross. And I tried it multiple times just to see if it would work and see how it played, but it just didn't work. I don't know why. I think maybe because I was crossing with this guy here on his weak foot possibly, and obviously Sterling, maybe he was just crossing too late, maybe I was crossing too late. But he does have 4-star skill. He's got 75 dribbling now. He's got better dribbling, he's got better shooting, better passing, good heading, good pace, extremely good pace actually, because he's got the 6-foot height, which means he's got the strength and the pace to get past the players. Now, I've used Remy before and he's been a beast. I just don't know why he didn't perform in his team. Again, maybe it's because I'm now in Division 1 of seasons, it's a little bit tougher to score goals and stuff like that, but he had a lot of assists, so that would be assisting Sterling and probably Negredo to get those assists. I can't remember, he scored 1 goal, yeah. So this has been the team. I know the team's been me saying, oh, this player is actually not as good as this guy and stuff like that, but it is a team worth using. I've been using it in Division 1, and that is quite hard to use, like a 35 pace player as centre back and also an 80 pace left mid. It just doesn't kind of work in some of these positions, and when you're playing in like Division 1 or any kind of good player, they're gonna make sure they punish you for things like that. So that's probably why, guys. Yeah, if you want to go and build this team, it will cost you around 50,000 coins, I've worked out, but obviously it's going to be declining very quickly. It'll probably be worth about 30,000 coins in a matter of about 2 weeks, I'd probably say. So if you want to wait off before you buy it, that's cool. Let me know what you think of the team, build it yourself, maybe you change the formation a little bit, and tell me what you think of it, guys. So thanks for watching this video. I've got some goals to show you now at the end as well. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, if you're watching now, make sure you hit that like button. It would be really appreciated if you did that, and I guess I will see you guys either later today or tomorrow for another video from me, guys. So see you later. Bye.